you doing today?
I'm doing okay, not too bad.
Good. Okay, I just want to let you know, anything that's said here is completely in confidentiality, unless I feel that you are harm to yourself or to others. Everything will stay here. So what brings you to counseling today?
I've been feeling very frustrated with my best friend. We've kind of been like not very distant, but there have been times where we just not as close as we once were, and it's kind of bothering me because I've known her forever, and it's like very weird. I don't like not being close with her, and I feel like I don't want our friendship to end or to get worse or anything like that.
How long have you guys been friends?
Since I was about 1 or 2 years old.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's a year older than me. Our brothers were very good friends. They're older than us, and then we just our brothers would be playing together. Like we'd just be sitting there, and we just became friends since then. So it's been 20-something years that I've known her. So.
And what about the relationship has changed recently?
We used to see each other at least 2 or 3 times a week, always texting or calling each other on the phone. Even throughout college, we were still very close. We made to visit each other, we planned to visit. But lately, the past couple of months, we maybe see each other once on the weekend and don't talk to each other as much. I feel like it's kind of hard to tell her things recently, which is odd because I usually tell her everything. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand if it's something I'm doing wrong or if it's something that she's like a vibe I'm getting off of her.
So is it more, in your opinion, what you're feeling right now, is it more pulling away on her side or pulling away on your side? Where's the disconnect happening?
I'm thinking a little bit of both. She recently got she's a teacher, she had a full-time job, so I understand she's very busy, she works in the city, she works long hours. She has a commute, we live in Westchester, she has to commute back on the train and the subway. And she's very tired. But then I sometimes feel like I'll be telling her something and she just doesn't put as much thought into what she responds back. If I have a problem, she used to be really good with helping me through it, but now it's kind of like, she's just like, oh, whatever about it. And I don't know if it's just she thinks my problems are stupid, if she just doesn't have the time for it anymore, something like that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that this is like a lifelong friend that you've had for some time now, and lately, within the past couple weeks or so, or is this longer?
A couple months, maybe 2 or 3 months.
There's been some kind of like retraction. There's a little bit of a strained distance being put in between you guys, and this is bothering you solely because this is someone who you confide in about things, right?
About everything, and she'd be the first person I'd call about anything, if I had issues with something, if any problems I might have. But lately, I think maybe because we're in 2 very different places in our life. I'm currently in school, I'm looking for jobs, I'm not like I'm working part-time, but I'm not as busy as she is because she's working late, and I'm willing to go out on a Friday night. She's like, oh, I'm tired. So I just think we're in 2 very different places also, and it's just hard to kind of find that connection, like how we can still relate to each other in that sense.
So are you guys still making calls to each other? Do you guys still hang out?
We do. We still try and go out like every weekend, at least one of the weekends. Actually, this past weekend was her birthday, and a bunch of us went out to the city to celebrate, and it went really well. But towards the end of the night, just as an example of like how things are going, it was her birthday, and our friend drove us down to the city, and we're driving back, and it's probably about 2:30 in the morning, and I was saying, oh, we can go meet other friends who were out at a different place, for even like a half hour or so, because I knew they were out. Mm-hmm. And she just got very snippy with me, and she was like, well, some of us have things to do tomorrow, meaning it was Sunday. And I was like, because she had to do report cards, and I'm thinking, okay, I have paper to write, I have to do my laundry, I have things to do too, I have to go to continue my job searching. So it seemed like because she had to do report cards and she was busy, and it was our fault we were out this late when we were celebrating her birthday, and it was very touchy. Even our other friend in the car was kind of like, oh, this is weird, this is awkward. Because we never fight, very rarely have we fought. So it was just a very touchy situation. I didn't know how to respond.
Why do you think, if you had to take a guess, why she's being maybe a little more touchy, or what would you have to guess would be her reason?
I think she's always been the kind of person where she gets overwhelmed very easily and gets frustrated. We both break down very easily, and I think she is getting very overwhelmed with her job, and I know she likes it, but I think she wasn't what she expected. And I think she doesn't really have anyone. None of us understand, because none of us are teachers. Those of us who do work full-time aren't in the education system. Right. So no one really understands the frustration she has having to come home and do lesson plans and do report cards and grading and answer parent emails. So I think she just doesn't have an outlet, and I try to listen and to, let her vent with me. But there are some, I know there are some times that I'm kind of just like brushing out, I don't want to hear it, you have a job, don't complain. But I think that's part of the reason she might have been a little touchy.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that I think that she's got a full-time job now, she's a teacher, so it may be that her time's maybe a little more tight and limited. But that change for you, despite having a full-time job, it's not so comfortable or comforting knowing that she's brushing off friends that she's had for a very long time. It's kind of making you feel a little uneasy about the relationship between you guys. Have you ever thought, is this something you've said to her or mentioned to her before? Or?
I haven't. I very much don't like confrontation. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to cause a fight because I don't want to lose her as my best friend. She's always like a sister to me, basically. And so I haven't said anything and kind of just let it go. But I'm scared that if I let it go longer, it might cause a fight. And I just don't know how I can word it to her without offending her, without sounding like something's missing in our relationship or friendship.
If you had decided to bring this up to her or just mention something to her about how you're feeling, how do you think she would react to that?
I think she would be shocked. I think she might get offended a little bit and kind of defensive and start going off on all the stuff she has to do and just how I don't understand and I'm still a student and I don't have many things going on in my life with her. And then I'm scared that I might just start going off on her, kind of, just listing things I do have going on in my life. She's not the only one who's busy. She's not the only one who has, worried about things, who's overwhelmed. But, it might help to say something, but I'm kind of testing the waters first to see if it'll be okay.
Right, so you're unsure of how she may take it. How would you feel, though, if you were able to express yourself to her about how you're feeling?
I think it would be a huge weight off my shoulders. I would be a lot less to worry about. I wouldn't feel like I had to tiptoe around her when I'm saying stuff. Because sometimes I don't want to go into something and then her kind of think, why is she saying that? Or kind of gets offensive. So I think it would help us a lot. But she is not the most, I guess you can call touchy-feely person. Like me, I have no problem talking about my feelings with friends, whatever. She's more closed off and guarded than other people I know. So I think she might just be like, oh, why are we having this conversation right now? What's going on?
She might not be very receptive of it.
Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect word for it. That's perfect.
Okay, has anything else that you can think of that maybe have put a rift or so basically you just think it's that she's so busy with her schedule right now that that could be the main reason why she's pulling away. How about when you guys are together, like when you guys went out last weekend? When you guys are out having a good time, is she the same old friend that she has been?
Yeah, it's great. We laugh about things. She's more carefree. She doesn't. I feel like she doesn't let loose as much as she would because I think she's just getting older. But I know there are some times when we're out, I'll say something like, "Oh, let's go." I'll be trying to set her up with someone because I started dating someone in the summer, and I'm like, "Oh, you should meet his friend," and she's very not okay. I'm like, "Oh, you'd really like him," and she's just kind of like, "I don't know if I want to deal with that right now." And
so she's not very open to the idea.
No, she's not at all. I think part of we had a little tiff in the summer when I started dating my boyfriend, but I think it was just her getting used to the idea that I'm with someone and
she's not.
And she's not.
She's used to you being single.
Right, because I had been single for a couple of years while we were in college, and so it was more I was always every weekend we can go out Friday and Saturday if we wanted to. But now I'm I'm going out with him on Friday, you free Saturday. So I think that might also be a little bit of an issue.
Right.
But that's all. I don't want to have to choose, and I feel like sometimes she makes me choose also.
Right, which I can understand would be difficult for you. Okay, well, I think this was a great session. If you'd like, we can meet again and continue this further.
That would be great.
And we can see where to go from there.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.